Did you hear that, guys? We have a market watch today, so that means we get to check out some amazing cards. We're going to talk a lot about the DC1 prizings and the regional participation values and stuff like that. We're going to look at all of them and talk about it. So without further ado, remember, hit that smash, that like button, and you know what? Hit that subscribe button. It lets you know when my videos go live. Sometimes I do have a little consistency. I try to do 10 a.m., but sometimes I have to go a little bit later. So if you want to stay up to concurrent with my videos that I post daily, best bet is to hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's dive into the video and talk about it. So guys, let's talk about the market. So first off, we have Digimon slowly creeping up. He's now in the $10 range. He's gonna probably still climb up more and more as we see more and more EX3 tops with the Commandramon line. So this is something you want to have because it is classified the max rarity at the moment until they print something more efficient for him. We have yet to see anything coming to us. There is a new Digimon coming to Japan, but we probably won't see that probably till, I'm going to say, Nats, like itself. We will probably see it for like a Nats prizing. Digimon is about 40 cents for the DigiFest on the Europe side. All Delete is still trying to be this meme stock. About $20. No way. Guys, stop buying it. Trying to force this and hold it for that long is not worth it. The card is not playable. It is very underwhelming. It is too expensive a cost for a board wipe. And I don't know if you want to give up a level 7 anytime soon. So we're looking at €2, $2 on the Europe side. Machinedramon is another one of those cards that are on the low end right now, and this is starting to see play in the Machinedramon in EX3. So it might be worth picking up this Machinedramon just because being able to de-digivolve two of your opponent's Digimon means that their double stack or anything like that might be removed. It also helps against Magna. It's a way of controlling the board in a way that your opponent is not ready to deal with. So you're looking at like a $3 card on our side, but it could start creeping up if more and more lists tops with this Machinedramon in it. You're looking at €5. $5. Wow, crazy. This card is more expensive on the Europe side this time around. Megadramon is looking pretty solid as a $4 card. Remember, guys, you only need like 1 to maybe 3 of this copy of this card. Make sure you have it just so that you're not caught blind when you want a max rarity Machinedramon out. And this is one of the cards you need. So just make sure you have it. We're looking at €5, $6. Not bad. Next, we have Neo Devimon from the online participation. This card is meta dependent. And this is probably going to be very useful when we get into the BT10 meta, so that we have about $6 here, and that is pretty solid. So next, we do have Neo Deve for BT4 as well, €5. So not too bad at all there. We have Androidmon looking at $4. Not terrible. Another one of the cards you want to have at least 1 to 2 of for your collection. So make sure you grab it. This card is about €4, about $4. So $4, I mean. Pokemon online participation. This card will probably start seeing a small downtick because there's no hybrid in the format taking advantage of Pokemon. The moment that a hybrid deck is any support for hybrid is announced and more hybrids come out, Pokemon's going to skyrocket. So this is one of those investments that you want to probably get now and hold on to. So just get yourself ready and prepared for that. You're looking at $18, basically, €18. Not terrible, but could be worse. Let's look at it. Guillemon. This is the purple Guillemon from the online regionals. Looking at $20 here. Do not expect this to hold. This card is probably going to dip. You're going to see this at like $5 to $8. Give it some time. People haven't listed enough copies of it. Don't go rushing for it. And there's going to be plenty more regionals coming up. So this is going to start flooding the market. Finalist is looking like $50. No way this is going to sell at $50. Hold off on the finalist cards as well. Unless it's champion and that's what you care about, go for it. But online participation of RideMyAvatar, looking at $33. Let it come down. This card, yes, is the max foiling that everybody wanted. Finally comes in. So, yeah, I can see why it's going to hold for a little bit, but I let it fill. This probably will be like a $12 card in no time. The chase card is going to be the Digimon. So this card is for X antibody. We already know that people are going to chase this card just because they want to max rare their X antibody deck now. So this is another chase card. So this is about selling around the 30 range. A lot have sold on that. So people are willing to pay 30 for this. Shikakumon. This is basically a very useful card. This is its $13 price. Give it time. I'm going to say dips to $7. It's not going to see much competitive play. It has some uses in armor and other things, but outside of that, nothing too crazy. Paildramon, looking at not terrible. This card is really funny because this is one of the finalist versions, so $75. The other version, let me see if I can pull that up. Paildramon. Let's see. We want... Did I just pick the champion? Probably pick the champion. We don't need the champion. No. We need offlane online participation. $30. Yeah. I mean, if you got it, you got it. Make your money, make your profit. Evolution Ancient, about $10. This could see future value, so just hold on to this because depending on what happens with hybrid in the future, this card can become a chase card. So don't start moving this off just quite yet. Geo Greymon, looking at that $20 solid mark. I like it. Being able to pop 4,000 DP Digimon is huge. We're looking at Hammer Spark. This card is in this weird fluctuation all the time. It dips down to like $58. Not bad. Looking at 34 euros on their side. Not bad. It's going to come down. Hammer Spark is not seeing as much play now. Everything's kind of using consistency boosters. And that's more important now than just spamming down Hammer Sparks. So that's something to think about. Vidramon is looking at $25. This is the promo one of these box toppers. They are very chase still because even with Ultimate Cups, they're quite hard to get the Ultimate Cups. Looking at about $15. It could be better. Upamon's heading around that. It started to dip for a little bit, but slowly climbing back up because Upamon is seeing play with Magna. And this card's never not going to be valid in format. No matter what, blue, if you have source stripping or anything like that, it's going to see value. Looking at €9, $10. And now let's take a look here. We got Agumon, Tamer Volume 4 promo, $20, holding that line there. Yes, it is one card. It is not foiled, sadly, but it is one card people are chasing after. And it's about €8 on their side, about $1. I wish we had it for $1. That would have been really awesome. Gabumon, same thing we're looking at. $14, not terrible. We're looking at Gabumon here for €4. Really good. Now let's get into last year's prizing. All Force Digimon from DC1. So we're going to compare this to like Gallantmon and what I'm going to speculate that this is going to be what the price is going to look like. So All Force Digimon sold around, if I remember correctly, about a year ago. To be honest with you, it sold in the $1,000 range. That is very important to keep in mind because if you have the Gallantmon, base it at like 1,500. Probably you'll get a lot of bites. If not, just bring it down 100 increments every week until somebody bites it. It'll sell in the thousands very easily. All Force Digimon 1,700 in Europe. I mean, that's what you expect. Digimon $60. Expect your Growlmons to be in that range. It holds that value. It's been a year. It started at 150. It's come down a long way, especially since it doesn't see much play at all. But it's something to look forward to. We already talked about, you know. Arrow Digimon Grand Prix is looking at that beautiful 130 mark, and there's no competitive play with it. That's the funny part, and that's the reason why it's holding this value. There's no competitive play just yet with it, but it could change. Europe side, looking at 90 euros, $90. Possibilities here. Looking at Growlmon here, one sold already at 80. Give it time. People will start listing all their Gen Con stuff. And to be honest with you, this is going to flood. And if it doesn't start selling, once everybody, the people that really want the collection gets it, these will start coming down. Nothing on Europe side. We're going to look at this one. Nothing has been listed, but expect $100, maybe $200 right off the bat. But $125 should be where it settles. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. Gallimon, like I said, expect 1,200 minimum to be picking these up at. And don't expect it to come down anytime soon from there. Because even though there was 8 copies given out for each event, that is still not enough copies to go around. X Antibody, holding the line here. It dipped for a little bit and then spiked. This card is not going to come down anytime soon. Until we probably get a little further out where X Record, the OTK stuff, isn't as prevalent and it starts ticking down. So don't expect till like EX3 for this to start plummeting downwards. But for now, looking promising. About 15 euros, $15. I would love it. 15 over here. Let's take a look here. We're looking at Impmon. This is finally starting to come down, boys and girls. We've been waiting. It's gotten to like 56, but holding around that $60 range once that sells. So it still hasn't crazily come down, but it's promising. We should see this come down sooner or later. 40 euros. Yeah, it's what it is. Let's talk about the Commandramons. Commandramon is starting to come down. We are looking at nothing too crazy here. We're looking at $20. Not bad. Let him come down from his hype. He's going to be needed for a long time. So if you didn't get your playset, I feel sorry for you. About 4 euros. Not terrible. Looking at it, we got Commandramon for $33. Commandramon is getting hyped because of the EX3 stuff. And, of course, it is actually playable, this format. People have been showing it off. I have been showing it off personally. It's a good deck. It's going to do some crazy shenanigans until EX3. And then it gets the support it's been dying for. And it's going to do some nutty things. We're looking at 8 euros. I'll take it. Sealdramon, let this card keep coming down. Pick this up when it's like 10. I really think so. Even EX3, it's not really heavily played. Outside of that, nothing. Sealdramon, we're not going to talk about that one. We're looking at Guillemon Gen Con. So we knew what Vmon dropped to like $14. If you have these, if you got a full playset, sell them. I mean, if you're not going to use, if you got 2 boxes, sell it. Why not get your monies back instantly? Double your profits. Get the value you deserve, not what people tell you you deserve. So just something that you want to know. Just make sure you get your product ASAP. 0 on the Europe side because they have not had a DC1 yet. Okuamon is coming down. I mentioned this before. I was like, it's going to spike. But once I told you, the requirement was it had to take first in at least 3 events. It took a 3rd place. It took it 8th place. It didn't take any other tops from there that I know of. And that's proving the deck is not capable enough to hold up in this meta. So people are going to now start moving this. Move it out. Get it out of your collection. There's no reason to hold on to this because you think it's going to be like best deck in format. It is not. It is struggling in the format because there's more control decks now. People are playing more control, and there's now faster decks than it. So you're now struggling to deal with that issue. So just keep an eye out on that. We're looking at 14 euros, $14. It should come down to that. X Antibodies, another card that's just going to come plummeting down. Let it come down. It is not topping enough to keep its justification holding prices here. 7 euros, I can definitely see it for $7. So let's talk about Crimson Blaze here. It is holding the line here, and that's the thing. I'm waiting for a red security control list to come out during this format. The reason for that is because red-yellow hybrid was the main reason why D-Reaper was pushed down. I put it in tier 2, top of tier 2, close to tier 1.5, because I knew, depending on what the format was, if yellow hybrid got hit and there was no Crimson Blaze, Reaper was going to have a shot like no other to get in. And that's the thing. It was a ticking time bomb. It is not tier 1. It is a tier 2 deck. It still loses to other decks that if they get off, they go off, they go. Reaper was just held back because red-yellow hybrid was so oppressive to it. And that was because a Crimson Blaze on your turn wiped the board of your opponent. And then even still, depending on what their board state was with Reaper, if you got Death Exmon out and then you Crimson Blaze afterwards, they lost everything. They're not coming back from that. So it's very important to know that's why the deck is doing crazily, because there is no Crimson Blaze, no mass board wipe to that deck. Most decks are running single targeting cards, and that's the problem. If you're playing single targeting, how are you beating a deck that can flood the board and doesn't care that you have no way of answering it? So 7 euros, that's what it's looking like. We're going to go into Starmon. Starmon's seeing some competitive play. People are picking this up now like crazy just because they know D-Reaper is now a deck playing this. So people want it. 4 euros, not terrible. Now let's look at this last couple. Deltamon looking like $8.50. So $9 we're looking at. So let it come down. It's not seeing competitive play, and by the time War Greymon gets another set of support, this is probably not played in it. Black War Greymon, I mean. 5 euros. Looking at it. And then we got Mega Dramon. Let this card keep coming down. It's going to be really good for Gaio once we get to BT10, but for now, it's just not doing enough to justify it. We're looking at 2 euros. $2. So guys, what did you think of the Market Watch? We have so many new promos coming in, and it's exciting to see. So without further ado, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.